My name is Kun-pyo. I'm Dean of School of Design at Hong Kong Polytechnic University. Today, what I wanted to discuss with you about what should we teach. My previous speaker, Lorraine Jost, is talking about broadly about future. And because I'm the teacher, I'm the educational, I always thinking about what should we teach. That's really most scary questions. But I do not have any answer, clear answer. But today, I want to raise some big issues so that we can think about together. I'm wearing many hats, actually. I have many, many hats, okay? In English expression, I'm wearing many hats means that I played a lot of roles, okay? In the past, I'm from South Korea originally. I have been teaching in KAIST, one of the most prestigious engineering schools, where I have been heading for Department of Industrial Design for a long time. Okay? Then, while I was in the KAIST, I was invited by one of the biggest the electronic company, LG Electronics. Then I became the executive vice president of LG Electronics. I was a lead of about 800 designers around the world. That was an exciting experience. Then I worked as a president of ISDL. ISDL stands for International Association Society of Design Research. That is the single most influential design research society around the world. I stepped down last year after I took the position from the first president, Nigel Cross. Then, from this year, I come to Hong Kong. It's only 6 months, but very exciting. I'm now Chinese professor, okay? So, I must start introducing my School of Design, Hong Kong Polytechnic University. Actually, Lorraine Jost used to be also dean. This is a beautiful building designed by Jahadid. My office is all the top floor, and overlooking down is beautiful every day, okay? Such a beautiful, okay? So, world ranking is always controversial, but Hong Kong Polytechnic University become, it's a Tongji? How come? Actually, Hong Kong Polytechnic is 16. Lo Yongji must be very happy about this. So, Hong Kong Polytechnic is 16. So, ever since I entered the university, 1974, it has been more than 40 years. During 40 years, I experienced kind of paradigm changed, from which we changed the skill set, design process, mindset. So the big paradigm changes change entirely every structures. There are many different types of changes. One is how big the social impact is. The other one is how long it lasts. And something we call it in English, there is a fad, fashion, trend, paradigm. This fad is something very popular for few months. Okay, it's extremely popular for few months, but it's very minor social impact. Just disappear. Okay. Among the fad, very strong fad lasts like 1 year. So big impact a little bit. That is the fashion. Okay. Among the fashion, some strong fashion lasts like a few years, trend. So we are talking about trend analysis, okay? Among the trend, ultra super strong trend remains 20 years, 30 years, that become the paradigm, okay? Now I believe, from my experience, I believe that something big monster is coming on. Something new environment, new technology, new social trend requires us to change. Otherwise, we will be disappear. Okay? So that's not really always positive one. It's depending on the passion, our commitment, our willingness to how to the measure, cope with those new paradigm. Okay? So, now I'm thinking about rule of game is changing. So far, for past 30 years, rule of game in the design education, user experience design, service design, co-design, and all those things, workshop, okay, together. But now, things are changing, rule of game is changing. The biggest change I experienced while I was in LG Electronics, because LG Electronics, that is more industry, very demanding and compelling experience, was like this, okay? In the past, LG competed with Samsung and Sony because they are on the same market. TV and home appliance, and you name it, okay? But we no longer, we just compete with this Sony and Samsung, but because Toyota and Hyundai, BMW, they are, their car is more electronized, okay? And is a car still in the business of transportation? Is a car still in the purpose of car is from transporting A to B? No. In the meantime, there's a big platform company, Google, Apple, Facebook, Amazon, they're competing each other. But these guys, what should we do? Should we really, these guys, should we also develop that platform? Because Samsung tried to develop their own platform, Pada, invest a lot of money, failed. Yeah? But Google, they said Android, okay? No, don't worry, Samsung, don't worry, we'll never develop any device. Android is free for you, okay? But now Google, they're developing their own device. okay? And car companies, same, okay? Car companies, they don't know what to do, okay? So now we are just confusing. So that's design education. What should we teach then? Should we teach the product design? Should we teach car design? Product design, for example, in the past, when you asked to design cassette tape recorder, okay? Your way of doing is designing beautiful control and cassette tape recorder, right? But now, the audio device linked with the web app, that linked with also other things, and all together complete that what the ecosystems. But we are still teaching product design, visual communication design, interior design. Whose job is that? Okay? It was a very nice day 10 years ago or 15 years ago. There are many things to design. Okay? But now, look at this. Things are completely gone. Nothing to teach. Okay? Form disappeared. Okay? So when I was in LG, every form is look-alike, okay? Then what they do is they're designing backside only, okay? Look at this beautiful backside, okay? This is my work. It's how serious, how profound. But forget it. Consumer doesn't care, okay? Consumer, they just buy something, they cover it, they're gone, okay? That's what happened, okay? Maybe you may say that, oh, Professor Lee, that's a small product, that's why. But not that way, okay? Look at this. The screen I wanted to show was a rollable TV. TV does not have anything to design. TV is nothing but a screen, a rollable screen. Okay? Then TV is saying, maybe some other people will talk about how about the refrigerator. Okay? Refrigerator will be behind the wall. Okay? Same thing. Okay? So that is one thing we need to think about this, okay? Now AI is designing, it's not only generating image, designing form, okay? If you just input that, this is Autodesk, okay? Generating program, okay? If you just, how much, I want to chair like this much of this curve, this much of modern, this much of something, then they generate lots of chair. Okay? Then you select it, hand it over to data to 3D printer, they just produce it, right? Then what is the designer's role remained? Parametric controller. So, but we are still teaching very strange things. Then what is the future for them, okay? So we need to really seriously think about what the future will be, okay? But future is not always far away, but that Gibson said very famous things Gibson said, the future is already here. Okay? Future is already here. It's just not very evenly distributed. Someone like Lorraine Justice, she saw that future. Okay? If you have any interest in future, that's very interesting. Okay? We need to think about small things coming in. Think about that. What does it mean for us? Okay? Future is already here. Okay? So what? So I used to have a teamwork for designing the new vision of the things. We came out with 3 big keywords. One is open. Okay? All the process, between the designers and consumers, designers and developers are the wall is demolished and open. Everybody can do this. Open source and big, such a big data, okay? And deep, okay? So open, big, and deep. Based on that, I try to look back how different paradigms deal with that, okay? One is practice in the left, far left, then education, then research. Practice, education, research is 3 core components of the discipline, right? Then I will think about how that changed, okay, in the past. Design 0.0. That was even before industrial society. The designer was craftsman, okay, making something beautiful, textile, beautiful patterns. The practice was making. Can you make it beautiful? Or are you doing beautiful, okay? Was there any education or class? No. Just over the shoulder, okay? Like this, okay? Then, was there any textbook or any theory? No. Only big master has this, his brain, okay? So you should just look over the shoulder, you should learn, okay? Shabu, okay, that kind of things. Okay. Then, after machine comes in, the human skill set killed, okay? Then what do you need? We need to have new designers. That here comes design 1.0, okay? Drawing, okay? Ever since then, we need a complete different core competencies. Those who visually simulate what the product appearance will be, okay? That is designers at that time, okay? That is my generation. We learn draw still. And in school, mainly what we learned was aesthetic, form and beautiful shape, a little bit modern, classic, feminine, masculine or something. Then there was a research a little bit, okay? For example, product semantics or design methodology, that was early research on theory, okay? Then drawing changed by Photoshop and computers, okay? No longer you can sketch. Then computer comes in, then design 2.0. Here comes like, we do user observation, we do prototyping, we do testing, okay, user testing and so on, so on. We have been teaching user experience design, user-centered design, interaction design, everything, okay? So that new theory, HCI, research by design, research through design, and co-design, and so on, okay? Then now, we are facing here, okay? So I call it Design 3.0. What will be Design 3.0 then? Open collaboration, okay? We need to open it, okay? And I call it kind of empowering design. Designer become more enabler rather than I-shaped only the expert, okay? So then how can you say this? It's non finito is Italian language. That's not completed. Non finito products, what we call, is that designers intentionally unfinish the design. Okay? fostering new creation by end user by themselves. We do not finish all the way end of process. We just leave it. And then consumer users, they will do that, okay, by different open source or whatever. And our colleague, she presented his paper in the CAA conference, okay? That is what we are thinking about. Let me visually illustrate that, okay? In the past, this is design process. You do analysis, you do user research, idea generation, developing, prototyping, and product, right? Currently, user-centered design, user experience design, design thinking is you understand users, observing, and they participate, co-design, and usability testing, prototyping, and have focus group interview, right? So, but still, the process is quite parallel. But design 3.0, we should think about different way, okay? Why designers should go there, all the way there? You develop some new tool, stop there, hand over to consumers, users, develops, it's over your time, you create by yourself, okay? That is what I call it, For example, in the past, designer's role in Design 2.0 was kind of drawing an icon, GUI, all the user interface. But how about this, okay? You add some app so that when you travel around some beautiful place, when you smell the air, wind, oh, this is beautiful, you click. And then you just draw the capsule, okay? That's the capsule where you will capture the quality of air, okay? Then it is that temperature, humidity, and wind, and so on. She named the file, okay, the wind, okay? This is good air for taking a walk with my daughter, okay? Then, where you captured, okay? This is all your folder and where you captured, okay? Then when you come back in the home, sometimes in the summer, very hot. But what you're doing now, air conditioner is cooler and warmer, right? That's all, right? But here, I want to, have the air that when I captured in Santorini, so that you just apply that air quality from air conditioner comes from exactly same air quality of Santorini. What does it mean? Is it simple one addition of technology? No. Let's look at this, okay? So far, designer's role is just this one, right? But by allowing that app, she can create her own air and bring many things. She can share or download other people together so that more people buy this, okay? Yeah? Then what's the change? Change a lot, right? What did the designer do? Designer didn't throw anything, something? No, okay? This is another example of one of our PhD students from the Hong Kong Polytechnic University, Marcus. He empowers users, allow them, realize them to the importance of the health-friendly ecosystem, okay? What it does is, that consumers, they eat something, they produce something, that goes in the fermentation, that goes into product, and that goes in, okay, that cycle, okay? If you do more correctly, users were given all those kind of workshop books with these kind of beakers. And the users, every day, they collect their urine, then pour the plant, okay? So depending on what they ate, what they drank, sometimes plant goes very well, sometimes plant goes down, right? So that is something very interesting, okay? This is what they do, okay? This is urine, okay? This goes together, okay? Then they collect all the things, okay? Allow them, so consumers, they, depending on what they eat, depending on what they drink. Sometimes, that urine comes out a different way, right? Then plant goes well or die, okay? It's very sensitive, it's very recycled. So that's another example of those things, okay? Another example is something I did with LG display, flexible display, transparent display. What we did is that, let's use the big data, okay? Flexible, I entered the term flexible in visual internet-based dictionary, then we can collect exactly so many synonyms, antonyms, and we input that synonyms to Google image. You collect all the Google images. You had a workshop, and also you have a SNS group together about, can you tell me what is the flexible things in your everyday life? They collect everything, okay? Then we have a workshop, what is the flexibility? And then comes out here. There is a beautiful video. Flexible design we came out, okay? Another one is we did recently about the AI speakers. They gave us, Korean company gave us AI speaker. In design brief, it is such abstract, wide, inclusive, okay? Professor Lee, please tell me what to do with the AI speakers. They don't know what to do, okay? So we we have AI design lab now with the MOU with Royal College of Art. He is the Vice Chancellor of Royal College of Art, okay? We had Kerry Ram all together, MOUs signed, okay? And we gave all the students, every single student who the AI speakers, asked them to use the 6 months to write down all the diaries, the emotional things. After project done, 6 months later, we take away the AI speaker. But interestingly, one of the girl students who have used the AI speaker 6 months, when I tried to take back the AI speaker, she began to cry. Cry. That means that product emotional attachment. AI speaker is not just speaker. AI. So we 6 months, we look at all those emotional curves, we collect them, how they adapt to new technology, what is the emotional point, what is the factor which make people so engaged in. We found out the emotional engagement depending on conversation. we should design the conversation. Currently, engineer design conversation with a spreadsheet. Okay, what if? AI speaker, the voice conversation should be servant or slave or girlfriend or boyfriend or machine. Depending on that, their interaction, emotional engagement design different, okay? So conversation design, whose job is this? Nobody claims conversation design. Then designer should go there, this is mine, don't touch it. We should do that, okay? So this is what we came up with all the conversation design, and we applied for that, but sorry.
Here we propose an interface design that gently begins a conversation using LEDs. The speaker's desire to speak is expressed through LED lights. When the user asks, the speaker then begins the conversation. If a user is not available to get the information from the speaker at the moment, the information becomes a dot and is saved on a stack. These dots will circle around while waiting for the user. The speaker carefully selects the conversation that its user might like. These conversations are categorized into 3 types: purple, green, and blue. The blue appears when the speaker wants to ask everyday questions. These questions are used to better understand the user for more natural conversations. The green is for user interest conversations. The speaker analyzes the user's preference to tell you the news or stories that you might want to hear. The purple contains the calendar-related conversation. It is to remind the user's important schedules. These dots can be stacked up to 8. The user can freely approach the piled conversation using various commands of different specificity. Users can sort certain information or erase them all. Users can also receive the right amount of information. Orbit will control the frequency of starting the conversation according to the user's response rate. Using LEDs and the LED stack, now the smart speakers don't have to hold back with their words. Understanding which information to select, when to give it, and how to not disturb you when doing so. From here, we introduce our design, Orbit.
This is a movie. Is there anybody who saw this movie? It's far away. It's the Tom Cruise. It is a story about early history of America. Many immigrants come to America with a big hope, okay? The land is really big. The way they decide to their land. Everybody, you just run fast. You put your flag on the ground. Then this is your territory. New design paradigm is like this, okay? Now AI or something is coming in. There are many things. Nobody claims this is mine. Designers, educational researchers, students go there. We explore. We run fast, go there. Look, this is designers, okay? Like a conversation, like a personality design, okay? This is what I did. John Maeda said, it is Wild West. There's no clear winner yet. Designers should do clear winner in the future, okay? So I'm really curious about 2025, that's 6 years after this, we set up the new vision team, 2025, and Poly Design. So we are now taking that kind of a new vision team. I hope that you can help me out. You may wonder why 2025. 2025 is the year my contract will be over. Sorry, that's just a joke, okay? So you may send me email and come in Hong Kong and visit me and discuss together, okay? Thank you, singular, and any questions?